15 best-selling men's fragrances. Are they good? Are they bad? Should you get them? Let's do this. Hi, welcome to Rotten Rebel. If you're brand new here, then you're gonna make sure to hit that subscribe and that notification bell, and please do drop a like on this video. Thank you. So in this video, I am going to go through 15 best-selling men's fragrances, and I am going to let you know how I feel about them. So I'm going to go through 15 different fragrances, and the one thing they all have in common is that they are best sellers. I have not ranked them in a specific way. I'm just gonna go through them one by one. So without further ado, let's get to it. Versace Eros. That mint, that apple, the vanilla, the woody notes, the ambroxan. It's not too light, it's not too heavy, it's right there in the middle. It's not too sweet, but there's definitely a sweetness to it. It's just so good. No one can deny that it's a bestseller for a reason, and the reason is that it's so damn good and it's such a mass appealing fragrance. I believe that you cannot go wrong with Versace Eros. I understand why it is a bestseller, and I can recommend it to you if you are looking for a sweet, playful, flirty kind of fragrance that pretty much works in any kind of situation, at least according to me. Most women really enjoy Versace Eros. Me personally, I use it more during those warmer summer months, so to me it's more of a sort of a warm day kind of fragrance. But yeah, I really enjoy Versace Eros, and I truly understand why it's such a bestseller. Dior Sauvage, the EDT. Oh my, oh my. I will never ever forget when I got it. I got it a bit early and I used it quite intensely in the beginning, and I got so many compliments. It was a true head turner back then when it was released. Then I really lost interest in it because it seemed like pretty much every single guy on planet Earth decided to buy it and use it every single damn day. And that in combination with the fact that I really used it a ton when it was released made me, I really sort of got bored of it, let's put it that way. I started using it a bit more lately and I enjoy it, but I enjoy the new ones more. But no one can deny that it's a really mass appealing and, according at least to me, a really good fragrance. I highly recommend the original, but if you are looking for something that is brand new, that is going to land you compliments, that is going to put you, sort of get you noticed, it is a head turner, then I can highly recommend the new Sauvage Elixir. I'm gonna link to my review of it above, so please do check it out. But yeah, I understand why Sauvage, the EDT, is so popular, because most women and men are going to enjoy it on you. I think you can use Sauvage EDT for pretty much any kind of situation. Use it for work, when you're going on a date, etc., and you will smell amazing. I highly recommend you to check out the new Sauvage Elixir. It's brand new, and unlike Sauvage EDT, not every single man on planet Earth has it, which means that you are still going to be able to wear it and not smell like everyone else. I still highly recommend the original, but yeah, I sort of moved on from that one. I still use it from time to time, but right now I'm enjoying the new Sauvage Elixir much, much more. Paco Rabanne 1 million, the original, the EDT. Oh my god, I received so many compliments by using that fragrance, and a lot of those compliments were pretty wild and wicked. I loved it back then, but it's sort of the same story as with Sauvage EDT, in that I really used it a lot. And that, in combination with that, it seemed like pretty much every single guy on planet Earth decided to buy it and use it, and not just use it like once a month, but pretty much every single day, made me lose interest in it. So it's a classic for a reason. It smells really, really good. There's nothing wrong with the scent, but oh my, I'm a bit bored of it. Nowadays, I actually prefer Privé instead. I think Privé is much better. It's more mature. It has something sophisticated about it, but with a sort of a playful and flirty side to it. It's really good, and most women absolutely love Privé. And I'm actually gonna say that more women now enjoy Privé more than the original one. I can also recommend Parfum. So 1 million Parfum to my nose is really nice. So my two favorites from the 1 million line right now is Privé. I'm always gonna love it. That ride-on is insanely good. And the Parfum, I mean, I'm addicted to Parfum. So yeah, I understand why the original Paco Rabanne 1 million is so is a bestseller, because it's so good. It's a mass appealing one, but I have not used it for quite some time, and I don't see myself using it that much in the future as well. I have moved on, and while I do recommend the original, I highly recommend you to check out some of the latest ones, like Privé or Parfum. Chanel Bleu de Chanel. Oh my, I really understand why it's a bestseller, because it smells pretty damn awesome, and it's a mass appealing fragrance for sure. The vibe I get from Bleu de Chanel has always been something that is a bit sophisticated, smooth, nice. It's perfect if you want something that, at least on my skin, sits a bit closer to you, and something that smells like a gentleman, if you will. I really enjoy it, but I always thought that it was a bit too safe, and a bit too nice, let's put it that way. So when I put it on, I know that I smell really good, but it's not a scent that I'm addicted to. And when I ask women how they feel about Bleu de Chanel, most of them go like this: oh, that's nice. That's it. And the reaction I want is usually something like, oh my, that is so good. That's the kind of reaction I want. But the reaction I get with Bleu de Chanel is like this polite answer that they like it, but it's not like mind-blowing to them. So that's the reason why I don't use Bleu de Chanel that much. I mean, it's such a safe scent, and most women and men are going to enjoy it on you. But to me, it's too safe. It's not sort of colorful enough. And the performance on my skin has never been that good. So it sits pretty close to my body. But yeah, with that said, I really understand why it's a bestseller, because it smells amazing, and if you have not yet tried it, then I highly recommend you to do so. Armani Acqua Di Gio. Oh my, where to begin with that one? It's one of the most well-known men's fragrances in the world. It's a bestseller for sure, if not the most best-selling men's fragrance of all time. I really understand why it's such a classic bestseller, but there's something about it that made me never sort of truly fall in love with it. I like it, but there's something about it that sort of stops me from truly loving it. And I actually prefer some of the flankers instead. So if you are looking for something that is going to have a bit of the original, but something that is way more modern, that smells good to most men and women, then I can highly recommend Profondo. Profondo takes a bit of the original, but makes it more modern, more mass appealing, at least according to me, and I have still not met a single man or woman who doesn't enjoy Profondo. So I enjoy using Profondo during those warmer months, or when I go to the gym, or when I want something that is like really clean, mass appealing, fresh and nice, like when I step into a business meeting or something like that. So yeah, I understand why the original is so good, but I actually would not recommend it nowadays. I would recommend you to try something more modern like Profondo. Dolce Gabbana, the one EDP. I mean, the original was a good scent, but it had such a lousy performance. It didn't matter if I would overspray it, I could not get it to last. I really enjoy the EDP. I think it's a fantastic scent. That spicy, warm feeling with that tobacco, a little bit of woody notes. It's just so good, and most women absolutely love it. I can highly recommend it. So even though the EDP is definitely stronger when it comes to the performance and the scent itself than the original, to my nose it's not yet at that level where I want fragrance to be when it comes to the performance, but it's still good. You are going to get compliments guaranteed with that one because it's such a mass appealing and beautiful scent, and I truly understand why it's a bestseller because it's so good. Highly recommended. Calvin Klein CK ONE. Oh my god, it's such a classic one, and pretty much every single man and woman on planet Earth has heard about CK ONE. I enjoy it, but I do find that, like most of the Calvin Klein fragrances, that the performance is quite bad. To me, it's something with citrus, green notes, some floral notes, and some woody notes. It's pretty good. I'm not gonna say that I love it, but it's pretty good, and it's a fragrance that is going to work in most kind of situations. It's perfect for those summer days. It's like a dumb reach. If you don't know what you're gonna put on, you can put that one on. But would I buy it in 2021 or like in the future? Probably not, because to my nose there are a lot of other fragrances that smells a lot better. But usually you can find it quite cheap, so if you can find it cheap, then why not try it out? It's still a good one. Most people are going to enjoy it, but I would not buy it in these days. Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male. Oh my god. This is such an iconic fragrance. That aromatic side, the spicy side, that vanilla, the lavender, oh my. If you watched some of my other videos, which you have, right? You are a subscriber, right? If you're not, then make sure you hit that subscribe and that notification bell right now. I always recommend Le Male because to me it's one of the safest scents that you can put on. It just never ever fails. Le Male is one of my safe scents, but when I say safe scents, I don't mean safe and generic and boring. Le Male has this distinct, unique kind of personality that just smells amazing. Most people really like it, and to my nose it's really versatile. So I can put it on when I'm going on a date, and my date in 9 times out of 10 is going to feel that I smell fantastic. I can put it on when I'm going to a business meeting, if I'm going to an office, if I'm going to the gym, whenever, wherever. You can wear it summertime, wintertime, fall, spring. It's just so versatile, and to most people it smells really good. I love Le Male. I am always gonna have a bottle of it in my collection, and I highly recommend it to you. And I also recommend some of the flankers. Le Male has a ton of flankers. Le Parfum is an amazing one. Le Male overboard, I don't know. The new one, I'm gonna have a review of it coming up, and that one is pretty damn awesome as well. So yeah, I highly recommend you to try out Le Male. I think it should belong in pretty much every single man's fragrance collection because you can wear it to so many different kinds of situations and you will smell amazing to most people. Viktor and Rolf Spicebomb. Oh my, this to me is a modern classic, and there's no Spicebomb without those spices. So to my nose it's warm, it's spicy, it has that tobacco in it, and it just, I mean, wow, it smells so damn good. So it's easy to understand why Spicebomb is such a bestseller all around the world. Most people are going to think that you smell awesome when you have it on. I highly recommend you to try Spicebomb. And I can also recommend you to try out Spicebomb Infrared. I'm gonna link to my review of it above. And also Spicebomb Extreme. Spicebomb Extreme takes a bit of the original and makes it more sweet. And a lot of people actually prefer Spicebomb Extreme. But I actually think that I prefer the new Spicebomb Infrared a bit more. It is sweeter than the original, but the sweetness is different from Spicebomb Extreme. It's more fruity and it's not as sweet. Highly recommended Infrared, and oh my god, the original Spicebomb, so good. Dior Fahrenheit, oh my, another iconic men's fragrance, I can really understand why it's such a bestseller, because it smells amazing and it's truly unique. That gasoline-like scent is an iconic and classic scent, and it's a head turner for sure. And to my nose, it's hyper masculine. If you are looking for a truly fantastic hyper masculine men's fragrance, then I can highly recommend you to try out the original. It's really, really good, and most women find it attractive and masculine. Now, with that said, I also recommend you to try out Le Parfum. Le Parfum takes away a lot of what made the original so good, that sort of a gasoline-like scent, but it retains some of it and adds a truly luxurious and insanely sexy dose of bourbon vanilla that makes it so good and so sexy. I love the original and I can highly recommend it. I also enjoy Le Parfum and I recommend that one as well. Issey Miyake L'Eau d'Issey pour Homme. This is another pretty much a modern classic as well, even though I find it to be less well known as, for example, Le Male or CK ONE, etc. But a lot of guys have at one point or another put their nose to this one, and it's a classic for sure, and I understand why it's a bestseller. But there's something in it that prevents me from going from a like to a love. I enjoy it, but there's something that pokes my nose in a way that prevents me from loving it. I don't know what it is. I don't know which note combination it is or which note it is, but I do not love it. And I've met quite a few women who says the same thing, that they feel that they like it, but they don't love it. It's an okay scent. Now I understand why it's a bestseller, but I wouldn't actually, and I know you don't want to hear this. You are going to feel that I'm a madman or a bad man who says bad words about this Issey Miyake classic one, but I do not recommend it to you. I think you can get a much better fragrances that are going to make you smell much better to more people. So that's my take on this one, but I do understand why it's a classic bestseller. Armani Code. Oh my. I can really understand why it's a bestseller all around the world, because it simply smells amazing and most people are going to enjoy it on you. I enjoy that scent. But nowadays, no. I wouldn't say no to using Code, but I actually prefer using, let's say, Profumo or Absolute more. I can still recommend Code to you. You are going to smell amazing, but to me, no. I would prefer using Profumo or Absolute, and I can highly recommend both Profumo and Absolute to you. YSL L'Homme. Oh my, I really enjoy that YSL L'Homme scent, and I do love quite a few of the flankers to it as well. I believe that L'Homme is one of those fragrances that you cannot go wrong with. I have still not met a single woman or man for that matter that doesn't end up falling in love with L'Homme. It's a safe one, but it's a safe, good one with enough personality for it to sort of differentiate it against more sort of a generic ones. I really enjoy L'Homme. I can highly recommend it. I think it's a fantastic scent that is really, really versatile as well. You can use it when you're going on a date, when you are going to the office, etc., etc. Highly recommend it, and please do make sure that you check out some of the flankers as well. If you want a fantastic date night fragrance, for example, then make sure you try La Nuit de l'Homme. The new Electric is also pretty damn good. But yeah, I understand why L'Homme is such a bestseller, and I can highly recommend it to you. Davidoff Cool Water. Oh my. This is an oldie for sure. It's been around for so many years. And it's got to be like the original marine aquatic scent. I'm not sure about this, so don't quote me on that one, but it's been around for so many years, so I'm gonna assume that it's like the original aquatic. I enjoy it. but I gotta be honest, I don't love it. There's always been something about it that sort of poked me in my nose that prevented me from loving it. And I know that there are a lot of people who feel the same way, so they like it, but they don't love it. So yeah, I understand why it's a bestseller. I understand why it's such a classic men's fragrance, but I would not recommend it. I think you can find something that smells much more modern, that is much more likable, that are going to make you smell more amazing to more people. So yeah, that's my take on Davidoff Cool Water. Last but not least, Hugo Boss bottle. Oh my, the classic one, the iconic one. It's a bestseller for sure. You can't even travel without coming across it. It's in pretty much every single airport around the world. It's a bestseller. Most men and women like it. I understand why Boss bottle is such a bestseller. It's simply because it's a mass appealing kind of fragrance that most people are going to enjoy on you. But while I do enjoy it, I don't use my bottle of it that often, and that's for a reason, because I feel that it's a bit maybe boring, it's not strong enough, something like that. I would actually recommend you to, instead of getting Boss bottle, at least if you really want that scent, go for Boss Bottle Intense. That's a scent that is going to land you way more compliments, that is going to make you smell more appealing and more sexy to more people. I enjoy Boss Bottle Intense way more than the original. So yeah, while I do enjoy the original, and while I do think that you simply cannot go wrong with that one, buy it if you really enjoy it, but I do prefer Intense, and I recommend Intense more. So I want to know how you feel about these 15 best-selling men's fragrances. Do you own any of them? Have you tried any of them? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Which of these is your absolute favorite? And which one do you hate the most? Comment and let me know. If you enjoyed this video, then I would highly appreciate a like. Thank you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and that notification bell, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.